Hello everybody, this is Gregory of 5 Minute Catholic Apologetics, where 5 minutes of your time may get you to the divine. Today we're going to talk about how the Catholic Church is the most diverse group in the world. Now before we begin, let's start with a prayer. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritui Sancti, Amen. Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto, sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper et saecula saeculorum. Amen. Other compendium videos that might be good in this case would be the Catholic Church, the longest continuous institution in human history. And also maybe the episode on a retort to the Catholic Church has been very bad or mistreats women, which historically is just not true at all. Now, the Catholic Church is truly Catholic, the Greek word for universal, in that we have every nationality in the world, every country in this world has a Catholic church. You will find Catholics in Bhutan. You will find Catholics in the Philippines. There's like 80 million. 80 million. I mean, this is larger than the state of California, just Catholics there. You will find Catholics, of course, all through Latin America, every European country, even though Europe essentially is mission territory now, but every European country. You will find 20 million Catholics in India. You'll even find them in persecuted countries like Pakistan and Saudi Arabia. We are truly diverse. And that's the beauty, one of the beauties of the Catholic Church is I can go to Nepal, I can go to the Central African Republic, I can go to Slovenia, I can go to Ushuaia, Chile, which is the southernmost town in the world, and I can go to a Catholic Mass. And I'll know the beats. Yes, it's not going to be in Latin, it's going to be in the vernacular, but I still can go to Mass and receive the sacraments and receive the Eucharist if I'm in a state of grace. And I think this is best juxtaposed by, let's just look at the mainstream Protestant denominations and how kind of ethnocentric they are. A good example would be, let's look at Methodism. Methodism, depending on the numbers, and their numbers have been dropping, all the mainline Protestant denominations, their enrollments have been dropping as they're accepting more of the values of this world, like, for example, gay marriage, for example, and even some support abortion. Their numbers are dropping, but even then, you can look at different estimates. Maybe there's, 12 million Methodists in the world, or in the United States. And okay, well then, how many Methodists are there in Bhutan? How many Methodists are there in Malawi? How many Methodists are there in Indonesia? It's a fraction. It's a fraction. Look at the Mormons. The Mormons are probably the most ethnocentric Christian group. If you go to a Mormon church, you're not going to find a lot of Mormons from Vietnam. Yes, I know they evangelize, and of course there's going to be LDSers in wherever in Indonesia. But go to a Mormon church, go to one of their wards here in America, and they're all going to look the same. They all look the same. They're just white, pale Americans. If you go to an Orthodox church, most of the Orthodox churches are autocephalic. So they have, there's a leader of the Russian Orthodox, there's a leader of the Bulgarian Orthodox, there's a leader of the Greek Orthodox. But you go to one of those churches, even here in America, and you're going to stick out if you're a Mexican like me. That's not to say that there's anything wrong with that per se. I'm just saying, they're very ethnocentric, right? You're going to see a lot of Greeks if you go to a Greek Orthodox church. You're going to see a lot of Russians if you go to a Russian Orthodox church, and so forth. If you go to the AMEs, the American Methodists, that's mostly going to be African Americans. So it's all kind of very concentrated in one particular race or group. But the Catholic Church is not. I mean, you just look at the numbers. We have 236 million Catholics in sub-Saharan Africa. 236. That is, 70% of the population, total population of the United States. We have 236 million. The church is growing the fastest over there. Look at Latin America, everything from Mexico south. We have 425 million. Now, I get it. With these numbers, some of these are going to be nominal, just Catholic in name. I get that. But still, 425 million. How many, Episcopalians are there in Paraguay? A fraction. How many Catholics are going to be there in Paraguay? The majority of the country. So my point is, we are the most diverse in that we are truly the United Nations. You will find a Catholic of all color, all shapes, all sizes, and we have a sizable amount of people in every country. I mean, even the U.S. is 70 million. That is a lot. I live in Texas. That's like 3 times the size of Texas. I mean, we do have a lot. You can look at even Vietnam, which was formerly communist. We have 7 million. 7 million. That's bigger than 80% of the populations of each of the 50 states. 7 million in just Vietnam. And I don't have time to go through every country and tell you the percentage. But we are truly diverse. We are truly the United Nations in that you will find every color, every shape. And we are at all points of the flat earth, every quarter of the flat earth, as Christ told our progenitors, our apostles, the first apostle, the 12 apostles, evangelized every corner of the world, and we did. Who spread Christianity to the New World? We did. We were the first ones. Who spread Christianity first to Africa? We did, through the Portuguese and the Spanish, and then later on to India. We were the first Christian group, partly because at the time we were the only Christian group, that spread Jesus' word all around the world. And we still have a presence, of course, in every part of the world, because we have 1.2 billion Catholics. So remember, we are the most diverse. That does not mean we're going to be diverse in acknowledging or believing doctrines, especially social teachings that are anathema and contrary to the deposit of faith. No, we're not saying that. It's funny because the most diverse people want you to be accepting of their diverse heterodoxic views, but they're not at all tolerant toward your views. Right? The radical left's like, you need to accept everything. Even NAMBLA, if you know what that is. And then actually, I don't agree with that. Shut up, and they'll crucify you, and it's a cancel culture. They'll go after you. But we are truly the most diverse group, and there's no group that is more diverse. And I wouldn't even say religious group. I would say just any institution in the world, no institution in the world has a better demographic representation of the entire world than the Catholic Church. In large masses, yes, you might find a UN, worker in every country of the world, but in terms of in mass, it's the Catholic Church. So just remember that when somebody says stuff about the Catholic Church isn't true. We have numbers everywhere. And I've told a former Mormon that I knew, it's like if the Mormons or whatever, the 10th Baptist Street down the street, truly believes that they're the true church by Jesus Christ, well, Jesus Christ isn't really a good evangelist, because if there's only 10 million Mormons in the world, and of course they inflate these numbers, but there's only 10 million true Mormons in the world, God, Christ isn't a really good evangelist, right? He's not doing a good job. We have 1.2 billion. We are the largest Christian group in the world, and we are the most diverse. Guys, post in the comments. I'd like to hear from you if you agree or disagree. Hit the notification button so these episodes come fresh to you and share with others. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.